All right, y'all. So the official 2024-2025 season is done after the Philadelphia Eagles win Super Bowl 59 in a dominant fashion.
No! No! No!
God dang it. As much as I want to hate, man, I gotta just be trill, bro, and say hats off to the Eagles because not only did they win, but they won in a dominant fashion. Now, let's talk about the offseason and these Commanders. The Washington Commanders have plans to upgrade this roster mightily this offseason, whether it's free agents, whether it's draft picks, or whether it's trades. And a lot of different receivers, since we know that's a position group that Washington's going to be targeting a lot this offseason, have been requesting trades, have been rumored to be, free agents like a Chris Godwin or some good guys like Trey Hurst, Luther Burn coming out of the draft. There are options galore for Washington this offseason. One option that just came available potentially is Debo Samuel. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody. We're going to run and put our bodies on people in a violent manner.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, the shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's on.
You know what time it is. It's time to come out.
I love the way she move it, shake it on me.
What's good, y'all? Please do me a favor and subscribe to my fitness channel as I'm documenting my journey from fat to muscular. That link is down below in the description. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the video.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the Washington Commanders potentially trading for Debo Samuel. And is that something that they should entertain? So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, turn on post notifications. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so that we greatly appreciate it if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So first things first, let's talk about it. Debo Samuel, 49ers wide receiver, has requested a trade out of San Francisco, and San Francisco has granted him and his agent an opportunity to find a trade partner. And honestly speaking, we know Debo Samuel is very talented, but the last couple of years he has been on a downslide, especially this past year where he hasn't really performed as well as we got accustomed to. And with the frustration or lack of productivity from him, a lot of 49ers fans doesn't even care if he goes. A lot of people say he can't catch the ball. A lot of people say that he runs routes at 50%. And you see his body, man. He looks like fat. He looks like he got a lean gut. He looked like 06, 07 Gucci man, bro. 08. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is about Debo. But clearly, 49ers fans don't care to lose him. A lot of people think he's not as good as they thought. And for me personally, I'm not that big into like Debo Samuel hate train right now, but I'm not saying I necessarily want him here. But given the fact that we have a connection to Debo Samuel with Adam Peters, it wouldn't shock me if he decided to make a move like this. Now, how would we do this move, and would it be smart for Washington to do this move? So, first things first, doing a little bit of research for the 49ers. Debo Samuel is coming up on nearing his end of his contract, and although that is the case, if San Francisco trades Debo Samuel, they will be the new team. Let's say it's us an example. For this example, we will be getting a 1-year, $17 million non-guaranteed deal, basically. So kind of on a 1-year deal, 1-year trial. See if he fits the team, if he has success here or not. And the 49ers, they would be taking a big dead cap hit with $31 million. So, again, that is not necessarily something that could intrigue them. They'd probably be better off just keeping Debo Samuel for the final year of his contract. However, last season, the Buffalo Bills, they ended up trading Stephon Diggs regardless, even though they took a huge dead cap hit, $31 million, after trading Stephon last year. So it's not necessarily out of the realm of possibility, but it necessarily probably wouldn't be the best case if they unless they genuinely just think he's not good anymore or they don't want him to be here. And that's for me personally as a fan and sports and a team. If a player doesn't want to be here, I'll trade him. I know it probably sucks, because we gonna have to take a hit. But look at Russell Wilson. I'm not saying he didn't want to be in Denver, but if you feel like a player don't want to be there, or you feel like he doesn't contribute to your team, or he's just not good anymore, you're gonna take the hit regardless to get him out of here, man, because he's just taking up space. And that's just how I feel about it. If he wants to be out, let him be out. You know, I'm never here to hold a player at hostage, hold a player at gunpoint. If he wants to go, he wants to go. As far as a trade, what would I be willing to give up? Probably a third, maybe a fourth. Probably a fourth, really. I probably wouldn't give up a third round pick for Debo Samuel, given the fact that he is on a 1-year deal. So I take that back. Probably a fourth round pick, maybe a fourth in the player, or maybe a fifth round. Like, I don't think his trade value is that high, given the fact that he is coming off a season in which he did not produce that much. And he's going to be on a 1-year deal. And also for Debo Samuel, let's call it what it is. The reason why I'm a little concerned really about trading for him is I think he's a gadget guy. I don't think he's a legit number 2. I think he's probably best the number 3 wide receiver here, because I don't expect us to stop. I would honestly take De'Ami Brown over Debo Samuel as a pure wide receiver. But if you get Debo Samuel here, and say, yeah, we're going to continue to use you as a gadget guy, running back, wide receiver kind of role, then he could probably be, the Debo Samuel. Oh, but as a pure wide receiver, he had 670 receiving yards this past year, 51 receptions, and he had 3 touchdowns. The year before that, he had 60 receptions for 892 yards and 7 touchdowns as well. And then in 2022, he had 632 yards for only 56 receptions and 2 touchdowns. Now, some of those seasons he was banged up and didn't play all games, but he really hasn't had a big year since 2021 in which he had 1,400 yards. You know what I'm saying? And maybe coming here to Washington and coming here to a better quarterback, that's another thing that we have to take in consideration. Just because he was piss poor in San Francisco, dropping passes, and obviously played with Brock Purdy, not trying to discredit Brock Purdy, but he's not Jaden Daniels. Maybe you get him in a new scenery. Maybe you get him in a coaching staff that could believe in him. Get him with a coach like Cliff Kingsbury that can get the best out of him. Maybe, just maybe, he can turn back to that 2021 kind of receiver in which we saw a couple years ago. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Similar to how the Cooper Kupp situation, even though I personally don't want Cooper Kupp, for the people that want Cooper Kupp, I could see a situation in which you're like, hey, he gets a new change of scenery. He had a really good year as long as he stay healthy. The last time last season he hasn't been the best, but the year before that he was on pace for like 1,400 yards if he didn't get hurt. Like, I can see ways and reasons as to why you would support, us trading for these kind of guys. Even though me personally, I probably wouldn't do these guys, trade for these guys. I can see a way, because again, we're a team in which we have a good quarterback that's way better than Brock Purdy. Matthew Stafford at the end of his career, he's still damn good. I'm not going to disrespect Matt Stafford. And we have a good offensive coordinator in Cliff Kingsbury that, again, I think can get the best out of a Debo Samuel, both as a receiver and a running back. And we need explosion in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? I still think we should draft a home run hitter at the running back position, but you can't tell me if you don't get Debo Samuel some plays out of that backfield, handoffs, screens out the backfield, that wouldn't add excitement to the backfield. That can be like Antonio Gibson-esque move, you know what I'm saying, but on a way better scale, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm not necessarily saying I'm all for the move, because of you have to work out the trade details. Again, I probably would start the conversation at a 4th round pick, not a 3rd round pick, at a 4th round pick, and see what we can do. And if I'm San Francisco, I probably would just get him off my hands with the simple fact that he doesn't want to be there, or you're allowing him to make a trade offer. Now, here's the thing that I also looked up when I was doing some research here. If they decide to keep him, they probably can keep him into the post June 1 cut, and they could potentially find themselves in that predicament. So it says, if a trade for Debo Samuel can't be reached, the possibility remains that the 49ers could release Samuel on a post June 1 designation, despite general manager John Lynch saying on January 8th that such move is not an option per Adam Schefter. So even though the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers said that that's not an option, it could be if they find themselves in a situation in which Debo requests a trade, doesn't want to be there, and he apparently asked for a trade in the exit meetings. After the exit meetings, asked for a trade. If they can't find a trade post June 1, he could just be released. And it says this in an article as well. Trading Samuel would come with a significant salary cap ramification for the Niners. They restructured Samuel's contract in September, a move that means if they were to trade him before June 1st, they would absorb a $31.55 million dead cap hit on the cap. Samuel is also due a $15.4 million option bonus on March 22nd, which means the Niners will almost certainly want any deal completed before then. If a trade can't be consumed, the possibility remains that the Niners could release Samuel, despite General Manager John Lynch saying on January 8th that such move is an option. In this scenario, the 49ers could use the post-June 1 designation on the transaction after the new league year begin on March 12th and before his option bonus is due. If they do that, the cap hit would be decreased to $10,751,000 over the next 2 years. Debo's under contract. Lynch said that he is a good player and has done a ton for this organization, and we're not in the business of letting good players out of here. So, that's interesting. Debo wants to be out. They don't seem to want to trade him. But they could find themselves in a situation where cutting them would be the best option because they save more money. That'd be interesting. I don't know if you would be entertained by that because it's gonna be June by that time, and you don't know what kind of shape he's gonna be in. You don't know if he's gonna be able to pick up on a playbook fast, stuff like that. So that could be an interesting lookout, though. Even if we don't trade for him now, even if we don't make a move with Debo Samuel now, waiting to June, that kind of caliber player hitting the market, you can't tell me we wouldn't jump all over that. But at the end of the day, we got a lot of decisions to make this offseason and a lot of stuff to go down. Let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. Would you be interested in Washington trading for or acquiring 49ers wide receiver Debo Samuel? As always, it's me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you ever reach that goal as soon as possible. Thank you so much. You have a blessed one. Stay safe. Be easy out there. Peace.